Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and I am here today surrounded by Tamron gear today. And throughout the month of March, I'm going to be focused on a variety of different Tamron-related products here. And probably the highlight for me is that I've gotten a copy of the new 70-200 f2.8 G2 lens from Tamron. And so far, those that have had their hands on them are extremely positive about this lens and what it brings to the table. And so as a point of reference and to try to give you as thorough a review as possible, I've had Tamron both provide for me their older 70-200 f2.8 VC, and that's the previous generation before this one lens. And then also I am bringing in this week a copy of the Canon 70-200 f2.8 L Mark II lens as a benchmark to compare the lens against. And so as a part of that, I'll be running my full battery of tests, and I welcome you to kind of chime in below and help to shape the review process and kind of talk about the things that you would like to see covered as a part of this review. But anyway, a very exciting lens that comes in at a fantastic price, and I think is going to be a really serious contender for a lot of people that are shopping for a 70-200 lens. And along with that, Tamron has also sent me their new 1.4 times and 2 point times teleconverters, and so I'll be testing out both of those on the new 70-200 G2 lens, and that's part of what they are touting, that this lens is designed to work effectively with Tamron's new generation of teleconverters, and so certainly that will be a part of the review process as well. Bearing that in mind, I've also brought in the 150 to 600 millimeter G2 lens for a second round. And the first time I had it, and if you haven't seen my review of that, I'll throw linkage into the description down below and also a card here that you can look at that playlist. But in my first review of it, I had a limited time, only a couple of weeks, and so I focused mostly on full frame and testing it against the previous generation 150 to 600 from Tamron. So obviously what I didn't get a chance to do was to test it with the new teleconverters, which it is compatible with, and so I will be rectifying that. Also, a number of you were looking for a review on an Aps-C body, and so right now I've got it mounted on a Canon 80D, and I will be reviewing it both on full frame, but primarily focusing on Aps-C. But on full frame, I want to see how it works on, for example, a Canon 5D Mark IV with the teleconverters. And then also, I want to compare it optically with my own copy of the Canon 100 to 400 L Mark II lens. And I consider that really to be the benchmark right now for these kind of affordable variable aperture telephoto lenses. And it continues to be, I think, the best. And so we'll see how the G2 lens compares with that. And so I'll be looking at that. I also have another brand new lens from Tamron that I'll be taking a look at, and this is for Aps-C. It's their new 10 to 24 millimeter f3.5 to 4.5, and this is the Di2 VC, and then it's HLD. It's a new kind of focus motor for Tamron, and so I'll be looking at that. So kind of the headline news on this is that Tamron already had an Aps-C focus 10 to 24 millimeter lens, but this one adds on the VC, or vibration compensation, so it has image stabilization. And on top of that, it has a weather-sealed body. It has the new design language with the aluminum body, or for those of you out there that have been correcting me from outside of North America, the aluminum body. And so it's a vastly improved lens. And then optically, what I've been told internally from Tamron is that its optical performance is now on par with the 15 to 30 f2.8 VC lens, which is a fantastic lens. And so I'm excited about the potential of this lens as well. And of course, the advantage of this lens compared to the 15 to 30 is that it does enable you to use traditional screw-on filters in a very common 77 millimeter front filter size. And so it's an exciting lens, not as fast of an aperture, but with the ability to produce some, potentially fantastic landscape images. So I'm excited at looking at all of these products, and so throughout the month of March, this is kind of my main focus. And I'll be looking at these various lenses, and so you'll see a number of videos along the way as I, break down the build quality and then the image quality and render a final verdict on each one of these lenses. And so on any of these products, if there's something that you're really interested in seeing me cover, go ahead and feel free to chime in the comments below. I can't promise to be able to cover everything, but I certainly will take your suggestions under advisement as I enter into this review process. If you will watch along here, on my website, dustinabbott.net, I will begin to be adding image galleries for these products, and so you can stay in touch there with what's going on. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.